was, yeah.
That's why you're here.
Good evening. I'd like to call to order a regular scheduled meeting for March 14th, 2019. Can I get a roll call, please?
President Wall,
Here.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Here.
Commissioner Sauter,
Here.
Commissioner Cooks, and Biedke are absent.
Okay. First order of business, approval of minutes, which will be February 28th, 2019 Committee of the Whole, February 28th, 2019 regular meeting, and we'll leave it at that for now. I just need a voice vote on that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No one's opposed? Okay, on this one, I need a motion and a second for February 28th, 2019 closed session meeting minutes.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Okay, any questions or comments on this? All right, can I get a roll call, please? Keith?
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
President Wall.
Yes. We are quickly to public communication, comments from the audience. No comments from Jeff. Any commissioners or staff have any correspondence? Seeing none. Recommendations and acceptance of approval. Approval of agreement for employment of Ben Curcio for the Elk Grove Park District. I need a motion and a second.
I make that motion. And I second.
Any questions or comments? And can I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
President Wall.
Yes.
Welcome,
Yeah,
Thank you.
Ben, well, I was gonna do that at the end, but why not now?
Oh,
That was just a welcome.
we know we made a vote, but, this is effective March first.
March 1st.
Okay. We don't have to clarify that or anything?
Thank you
That's
for
right.
the opportunity.
Okay.
Look forward to it, many years.
We do too. Okay, next would be approval to terminate the artist affiliation, approval to terminate the Artist Association affiliate agreement as of May 13th, 2019. And I will need a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and then, Ben, can you kind of explain, or I guess I can explain, this is the same, kind of way we got to the athletic associations, it's more what, Amy, how about you?
So, yes, so there's an agreement that explains how we partner with them. That current agreement will be terminated, but that doesn't mean that we're not still gonna partner in a way that they become a program now. So just the current agreement, we have to give 60 days notice to terminate that current agreement.
Okay,
That's what this is.
all right, so I have a motion and a second, there is no more conversation, can I get a roll call?
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
President Wall.
Yes. Approval of easement agreement with School District 54. Can I get a motion?
I'll make that motion. Second.
Anybody wanna jump in on this one? 'Cause it's
Somebody
been a
should.
while.
Yeah, this should be explained.
Tom, you want to explain the easement?
District 54?
Sure. So there's two easements here. The first is a temporary easement to allow them to stage their equipment and cars during the addition onto Link School. The second easement is a permanent easement for underground drainage. And so, that's what this is approving, those two easements.
Can we just tell what school it is? It says school.
He said Link.
He did say Link?
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
Anything else from anybody? Okay,
And just so you know, so it's with the Schaumburg Community Consolidated School District 54 is their legal name.
okay. All right, can we get a roll call?
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
President Wall.
Yes. Okay, 5D and E are gonna have to be tabled, which takes us to items for information, and we always seem to start off with Kenny Miller and leadership.
Thank you for starting off with me. We've had a very successful 3 days of Peter Pan Junior. Our theater program is held at Prairie Lakes Theater in Des Plaines, and we want to thank our parent volunteers for their assistance, as well as our staff volunteers who helped to take tickets, concessions and usher. So, and thank you to Ashley Pratchett. This was her first theater production, and it was outstanding. So I hope that everybody enjoyed Peter Pan Jr. In the aquatics area, some really great news. We've had to open some additional spots for one of our stroke clinic sessions. We've also had to open up 8 additional spots in our aqua spring break camp. We have currently 18 enrolled, and this starts March 25th through the 29th. So if anybody still wants to come into our spring break aqua camp, we have a couple of spots that we opened up. Keeping on aquatics, our Stingrays swim team placed second in their divisional meet recently out of 5 teams. So our swim team is doing very well. Our preschool swim lessons, we also opened up additional spaces. During the current session, we had a wait list large enough to open up a second entire full preschool swim class. Our Saturday youth group lessons during this current session also have filled up completely. Private lessons on the weekends have been completely filled. So people are swimming, and we're excited about our swim lessons. So that being said, we are still looking to hire 10 new swim instructors. Although we have retained many from last summer and fall, we still need to hire swim instructors. For the summer, we're looking to hire 1 or 2 camp counselors for the summer camp in aqua camp. So we've retained our director, but we need some counselors for that very popular swim camp. So in the spring, in aquatics, we have some special events coming up. Swim with the Bunny, which will be April 13th. And then we have some brand new events coming up in the end of April and May. One is called the Mile Swim Challenge. I think I said this before at a board meeting. How many of you could swim a mile? Do you think you could?
At one time?
I could.
Could you? That'd be
I
awesome.
think I swam a mile in my life.
Isn't that 20 laps?
It's more than that.
It's more,
60?
yeah.
It's a lot.
I'm still out.
We'd cheer you on. It's April 27th. Aquatics Parents Night Out. So if people want to, actually, I want you to see this in the brochure, but if people want to just spend a night out, we will have fun activities for kids that can swim and be in the lagoon, and that's on May 3rd. So it's called Aquatics Parents Night Out. And then we're going to offer something new this year called Water Safety Day on May 18th. There are many folks that just want to make sure that they understand about the safety of swim lessons and being at a pool and understanding what our guards do. And so we want to educate the public on that. So I'm going to keep with aquatics one more time. Our hiring practice for lifeguards continues year-round. In fact, we just had a lifeguard class last night, but we increased that number of hiring lifeguards to 150, 160 during the summer. And so we're getting ready for our college students to come back at spring break, and we're gonna do some more training and then hire hopefully more guards as we continue to get ready for the summer. Pirates Cove, all of our managers are returning for the summer, but we do need to hire some new attendants. We've hired 10 already, and we're looking to hire 20 more. We've gotten a lot of applications, so I know that we're gonna get that done. Our summer camp staff is almost complete. We're looking to hire a few new counselors, but not very many. We have a lot of applications. Many of our staff are returning, so that's a good thing to happen. From the dance area, we have 5 dance companies that do compete, and this past weekend, they competed at a local competition. All 5 of our dance companies received gold honors. 2 received high gold, and that meant that they qualify now for a national competition. And we have a new series of ballroom classes, swing and social dancing, and a Latin sampler. So, yeah, I want to see some of you guys there. You don't have to have any previous experience. It should be all fun and no pressure, no pain. So we're encouraging some ballroom dancing. And then finally, as I said, I'd really like to encourage people to look at our spring events. They're in the brochure and on our website. Celebration of Cultures is coming up April 5th. It's the first week of April. Doggy Egg Hunt, April 6th. Breakfast with the Bunny, April 6th. a new event called Father-Son Nerf Battle. So that will be happening April 12th. We already have some people signed up for that. Should be fun. We have a baby and kids garage sale. We're not selling the baby and the kids. We're selling things for the baby and the kids.
I
Sorry.
tried some.
Yeah. Swim with the bunny and carousel rides with the bunny. So lots of spring events in the next 4 weeks. Any questions?
I had one comment. And throughout your presentation, you mentioned a lot of potential new job openings.
Yes.
And, you know, for the residents out there, that, you know, we're very proud of the fact that we're the first employer for a lot of people in our community. And if you want to know where it could end up, sitting to my right here is our new executive director who started out here as an intern right here at Elk Grove Park District. So you could launch your career in Parks and Rec right here at Elk Grove Park District.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Ralph.
Thanks, Tammy. Parks and Planning update, Ben Curcio.
So I have two quick updates. Ice rinks, I think I should say they're officially closed for the season. We were able to actually keep them open longer than normal. Usually in the middle of February, we start to shut them down, but the weather was so cold the last few weeks until now. So we were able to get something out of the season. We started off pretty rough. So thank you to the staff for keeping them open as long as they did. And then again, the second part is tree pruning. Teresa's our new horticulturist, and she's done a great job. We've hit almost every park and done some form of tree pruning this year, which we have 43 parks, so that was a pretty good accomplishment. Just this winter, we've done that. So kudos to the hort crews. And then the last part is Joe Brown and his crew for cleaning up along Devon and Calf. So that looks a lot more, better, I should say, because a lot of it gets overgrown. So thank you to Joe Brown's crews for that. And that concludes my report.
Questions or comments for Ben? Do you want to give one last shot at explaining when you open up ball fields and why?
So I rely on Jeremy as a very, Jeremy's our golf course superintendent. He actually told me there's about 13 inches of frost. So just for everyone out there, a little education, frost line plays a big role in when we can get on fields or when we can actually open golf courses. So with this rain and warmer weather, it helps. It starts to loosen the ground. Typically mid-April is usually the earliest, but if the weather breaks and stays warm, we can get on sooner. So keep your fingers crossed that we get more 60-degree days, and maybe we can open up sooner and get kids practicing out on the field sooner.
Because of, we got all that moisture in the ground now, and the frost line probably is gonna diminish a little bit. If it got back into the deep freeze again for a period of time, would that make it worse or about the same?
Well, it would stop or slow the process or progress of thawing. So
I'm just saying there'd be that much more water saturated
No.
in the ground than there was when it first started freezing.
it would just slow everything up again
Okay.
for thawing, kind of refreezing. Yeah.
And that, I have one other question for you.
Yeah.
Where's the process for hiring a new Parks and Planning director?
Sure. So next Wednesday next Tuesday and Wednesday we have interviews with 4 candidates I'm bringing in, and I have an interview team. Tammy, Brad, and Christy and I will be going through the first round, and then we'll see where we go from that.
Okay, great, thank you.
We had a pretty good turnout, but we're only going to bring in 4 right now.
Okay, if that's it for Ben, then we'll move to Tom Kloss, golf operations update.
It was nice that we are getting some nice weather finally, or warmer weather. We got all the snow melted off the course. There's quite a bit of water out there right now with the rain we got. Like you were mentioning, there was a lot of stuff that was still frozen underneath. You're getting that thaw of that top layer. But we had some good rains yesterday and today, so a couple of our areas that are designed to hold water were doing their job and holding water, not draining so well today. But those were clearing out as the day went on. We were getting our new golf cart fleet delivered currently. We have received 60 of the new carts so far. Those were delivered Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll have the last 15 of them delivered tomorrow, so then that'll complete that. The carts being delivered, we're still on schedule to have the old GPS units installed the end of the month. The rough date was March 30th, so I'll stay on top of him, but I talked to him today, and he said we're still looking good, so. Tree removal and stump grinding is complete on the course, so don't worry, we're not planning on taking any more down right now. We got our 2 new greens mowers, came in on Wednesday, that was another capital purchase. Bags tournament is tomorrow, it starts at 5:30. This year, we are taking signups at the door as well, so if people still wanted to get in, they can register at the door tomorrow. They do need to be there by 5 o'clock tomorrow, because we have to draw the brackets, you know, to still start on time, so just let them know to be there before 5 o'clock or before, because if they show up at 5:26, we're gonna have the brackets done, they're not gonna get in. Our Miller Shootout is our first tournament of the year. That is Friday, May 3rd. It's a 1 o'clock shotgun. Registration starts Monday for that. Junior golf registration is still going on right now. And then, you know, with it starting to get warm, as always, we start looking at opening dates. Ground staff is coming in next week. They'll be here on Monday. He's got guys coming in. They're gonna start the cleanup work on the course. You know, obviously I don't have a set date. We are optimistic, not everybody else is optimistic, but we're optimistic that Friday, March 22nd, we still might be able to open. So the temperatures next weekend look like they're gonna be close to 60 again. So obviously what we look at is minimizing damage to the course. If it looks, you know, the forecast, a lot can change from now, especially this time of year, till next weekend. So if it looks like it's gonna be weather that's gonna hurt the course or do significant damage, we're not gonna have people out there, obviously. If not, and we think we can make some money, we're gonna open up.
Pretty good. Any questions for Tom? Okay, next up is business services update, and that's Tom Busby.
From the safety side, the district held our annual safety fair yesterday. The theme was sweat the small stuff and focus on not overlooking the smaller everyday details and tasks and the role they play in avoiding or contributing to large mistakes or accidents. Anita Healy did a wonderful job overseeing the event with the help of Pam Mazzoni. As you already heard from the HR side, we have many open positions. Please visit the website for more information and to apply. IT, they're currently working on an updating project. In fact, they're here tonight working on it as well. You know, things went pretty well so far, a few little hiccups, but overall it went pretty well. They are also planning additional training, the second phase of training on the Google products, which will be next week and continuing into April. And that ends my report.
Excuse me, any questions or comments for Tom? Okay, I said this to Tom Busby 4 years ago, and I'll say it to you. Your first executive director update of what we hope will be many.
Thanks. I have a fun update for all you skaters out there. I know you've been anxiously anticipating hearing good news. We are going to have an outdoor skateboard park. We are very close to receiving a permit from MWRD. We sincerely apologize for the delay, but the process took a lot longer than a lot of people anticipated. But we feel great that we're very close, so you start to see action out there hopefully within next couple weeks, beginning of April. I don't have a date for when we're going to be open, but if the weather's great and gets hot out, I think we'll be open sooner than all of us anticipate. So look forward to that and getting you skaters back outside in the brand new outdoor skate park. The second update I have is something I want to mention to the board and the public. We have a great project going on at Colony Park. We've been receiving a lot of good feedback from residents. I met with a husband and wife just this week, I want to say, regarding it. They had a lot of good questions. Please call us if you have any questions, what's going on. I'm referring to the restoration project at Colony. We just sent out, so you guys are aware, an update. So the residents over at Colony, Newberry, got this in the mail probably at least by today. So what the update is just reminding them that this is a 5-year process. And year one, I know it looks a lot different out there. It looks pretty bare, but it's part of the starting over process of getting rid of all the invasive species and getting rid of the invasive plants, teasel, buckthorn, cottontails or cattails, and nuisance species. So what you're gonna see after this year is you're gonna see year 2 through 5 is more of maintenance, and then they're gonna start introducing new seeding to plant flowers and, I would say, call it natural plants to this area. So in the next 2 to 5 years, you'll start to see growth again, and it'll really be a beautiful area for many years to come. And if you have any more questions, obviously you can call the main number of the Park District or go to our website, and we'll have updated information for that. And that concludes my report.
Any questions for Ben? Okay, we'll go to old business. Anybody have any old business?
No.
Okay, so it's hard to feather this in anywhere, Tom, but I would like to take this part of the meeting to thank you. You, obviously we have a new executive director. Maybe people ask why we have a new one. You're to the point where we all aspire, and that's retirement. So a couple of your staff sent me an email that I'd like to read. It says, early this spring, Tom Busby will retire as executive director of Elk Grove Park District. He served in this role for the past 4 years. Prior to becoming executive director, he was director of finance for 10 years, where each year he won a certificate of achievement for excellence in financial reporting by the Government Finance Officers Association, United States and Canada. He leaves behind a legacy of over 30 years of public service to the district in numerous governmental districts throughout Illinois. During his time as executive director, Tom was an innovative leader. He was instrumental in building the new facility at Community Athletic Fields, or CAF. He led the celebration of the district's 50th anniversary in 2016 and helped create Play Picnic Party with the village and the library. The Parks Foundation will also miss his contribution to their operations and events. The Elk Grove community will miss his presence at events and the expertise he brought to his role. Over the years, we've watched Tom as he's instructed at fishing derbies, grilled at block parties, served ice cream at the family New Year's Eve party. He's been a true leader behind the scenes or front and center, serving the residents of Elk Grove Village. Tom never failed to remind the staff that at the end of the day, our purpose in recreation is to put smiles on faces of all the little children that we serve. So on the behalf of the Park Board Commissioners and the staff and the community, we wish you a long, successful retirement. Personally, Tom, it's just been a pleasure. I've known you for a long time, but I really felt like I really got to know you in the last 4 years. There's a lot of qualities I admire. One of them is you didn't have a problem telling me that maybe I was wrong or maybe I should look at it a different way. And I respect that because it just made us, I think, both stronger. And that's a quality trait that I look for anybody, and it was just fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm sure I'll come up with some other stuff maybe at Monday's district-wide event, but I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I don't have anything prepared. I've learned those say my goodbyes off air. You know, one of the most important responsibilities of a park board is to find the executive director. So I don't want to diminish what Mike Brotman did because he was an excellent director, but everybody's got their own style. But same thing, it was unanimous when we selected Tom Busby to be our executive director 4 years ago. Fantastic job, you know, walk the walk, man of integrity, of character. That little placard that he says, "Look a different way," I think he held that up every time I walked past him to me, you know, so, yeah, we'll miss you, Tom, but we'll talk in private.
And I can't add too much more to that. Everybody hit the adjectives right on the head. I will say this, when you first told me you were gonna do this, I believe I had an obscene gesture towards you. But that was kidding, and you know that, and I truly do appreciate everything you have done for this district, and it's been a pleasure working with you these years, both as Director of Business Services and as our Executive Director. You've done a phenomenal job, and good luck in retirement.
Thank you. Thank you. I've enjoyed my 14 years. You know, it's been great. It's a great park district. You know, we have great staff, great volunteers, and a great board. You know, it hasn't always been easy, but good things aren't easy to come by. You know, and I think we worked well together. And I know that the Park District is in good hands with Ben. So thank you.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I don't think it's premature to tell staff or the public, you know, we've had conversations with Tom. He lends a lot of experience and a lot of expertise, not only in the financial background, but his calming influence, no matter what we're working on, capital projects, et cetera. So hopefully if there's a need, Tom has told us that we can reach out to him. You know, we always don't anticipate a need, but at the same time, it is nice to know that you have another resource out there, not only in the Board of Commissioners and staff, but the general public, because it is hard to find that expertise, and sometimes you have to overpay for it. So having that knowledge that we can reach out to you, it's comforting, and we appreciate your comments on that.
Is there any one thing that you got to do in the last 14 years that like sticks out like, man, I'm so glad that's my number one thing that I wanted and I actually got done? Or is that impossible to answer?
Well, there's a couple of things. One, you know, from the financial side, I'm proud that we were able to move up our Moody's ratings 2 notches to the highest rating possible, which is AAA. There's not many park districts that can say that. So very proud of that, and you know, that's really an accomplishment of the whole park district because it's more than just one person. The second is finalizing CAF, because that was a project that was on the list for more than 10 years. So it was good to finally see that accomplished, and you know, that building will be there for 50 years. I mean, it's a great facility, it's a great complex, you know, and very proud of that. So I would say, you know, that, and then obviously the purchase of Chelmsford land, because you know, you never want to give up vacant land and open space. You know, that's part of our mission as a park district, and that was a long process. And once again, that was, you know, everyone pitching in. I know the board was heavily involved with that, and it was good because now we'll have it forever, and the district and the residents will have it forever.
Very good. Well, on behalf of the board, I hope on behalf of staff, I'm sure, and the residents, we do truly appreciate your service.
Thank you.
Okay, new business. Adoption of resolution 19-02, a resolution designating public depository. That's correct. A resolution designating public depository and authorizing withdrawal of municipal public monies. And I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments on it? Kathy, can I get a roll call?
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
President Wells.
Yes. 8B is adoption of ordinance 401, an ordinance codifying the rules and regulations governing the use of parks and recreational areas under the control of the Elk Grove Park District, prescribing penalties for the violation of such rules and regulations, providing for the appointment of police, and repealing ordinance 168 and ordinance 284 as heretofore amended.
I move for the adoption of ordinance 401 as presented.
Nice.
Second.
Maybe somebody should comment on this because it looks like we're adding and taking 2 away, right?
Can I say something? Because
Sure.
this is the ordinance that I always have to refer to when we have behaviors that are not consistent with what.
Mischief.
Yeah, there you go, that are not consistent with what we have in our ordinance. So instead of ordinance 284, Tom actually revised this so that we have a couple of consistent penalties as well as a couple of words that instead of it was recreation manager, now it's the director of leisure services in there. So just a couple of tweaks that we needed to revise. So now it's, instead of 284, it's ordinance 401.
Okay. Did I get a motion in a second? You did? I did. So after 0 more comments, can I get a roll call?
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
and President Wells.
Yes. All right, we're at payment of the bills. February 28, 2019, in the amount of $305,740.50. March 17th, 2019, in the amount of $90,122.32. March 8th, 2019, in the amount of $695. March 8th, 2019, of P cards in the amount of $93,987.45. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
What, I don't know if I heard the first number right. Did you say 50 or 51? Not that 1 penny's gonna matter that much.
50.
On 50. $305,740.50.
He is correct, yeah, it's off by a penny when you look at the actual summary list of bills.
It should be 51.
Okay, well, I'll just amend that. It'll be February 28th, 2019, in the amount of $305,740.51.
Alright, then I'll make that motion again, right?
Yeah, as
Yep.
amended.
As amended.
Second as amended. Okay, we can do roll call.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
President Walsh.
Yes.
It's numbers,
To no one's surprise, we are going to adjourn to closed session for the purpose of discussing purchase or lease of real estate for the use of public body for 2C5. Motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Can we get a roll call?
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
President Walsh.
Yes. Next meeting date is March 28th, 2019 at 7 o'clock.
38.
That's you,
Well,
right?
it's only 16.
Adjourn.
We're adjourned.